Greetings, everybody. Time for another short take video. I just want to say a few words about this amplifier, and perhaps this might be my last amplifier for a long time. This is the Luxman 509Z. This is the top-of-the-line Luxman integrated amplifier, 140 watts into 8 ohms, 280 into 4 ohms, I believe. And so I think a lot of people are going to say I'm insane that I bought this. Like, I'm crazy. Why would I do this? I've been listening mostly to Class D amps lately. And why? Because Class Ds are that's the thing, right? Class Ds are new tech. They don't weigh anything. They measure perfectly. They have tons of power. They're great. And I have my Buckeye amps I've used in my theater and in this setup here, which are an amazing value. I have a Jeff Rowland 535 in my office. That's an expensive Class D. It has, I think it's got a Pascal module and some Jeff Rowland proprietary tech around it. It's a great amp. It's the best Class D I've heard. I know there's many other Class Ds, AGD, and it goes even higher. So why in the world would I go back to something that weighs, I don't even know what this weighs. All I know is I wrenched my back trying to pick it up. It weighs a ton. And it's got a big transformer, and it's got batteries, capacitors, and it's a monster. It's a big maze of crap inside that thing. And the Class D, there's a module and a power supply, and that's about it, right? So I feel like I'm going back in time, going back to old tech, but there's a reason. The Class D to me is almost too perfect. And I think a little distortion isn't such a bad thing. I mean, we live in a distorted world. I mean, sound bounces off the walls and our ears are all different. And I think a little bit of distortion makes the music more enjoyable because that's the real world we live in, a distorted world. So when you go from Class D back to a Class A, which is a different topic, but to an AB like this, it does have a little bit of distortion. It does color the sound. And for me, that makes it more enjoyable. This amp adds just a little bit of warmth, but it still has that incredible ease of control of your speakers. It has just a smooth sound, yet it's still very detailed, and it's incredibly engaging. I've owned a fair number of Class AB amps over the years. I've had Mcintosh, and you can get an equivalent Mcintosh for the price of this, and they're built really well too. And they have a different sound signature, right? The Mcintosh is very bold, like it's American muscle, right? And they're very colored. Mcintosh amps are very colored. And I think a lot of people love them, and I think they're still great. But for me, this is my preference. Not too much color, and a great dynamic amplifier like this. So I think the claim to fame of Luxman is it's not that the power is so high, because 140 watts doesn't sound very powerful, but it's not about the watts, right? What's it about? It's about current. So current is what this thing can do. It's a high current amplifier. And that means that when there's passages that are very dynamic, like a bass drum or an explosion in a movie, you need that sudden current to really hit you hard. And this amp has it. It's remarkable. And current is also important for other things. To move a driver effectively, you need a lot of current. And you think, what is a driver, right? It's a magnet with a coil, and it's an electromagnet. You run electricity through it, and it pushes the cone in and out, right? Okay, no big deal. But if you want to do it well, you need a lot of current. So pushing the driver forward, the driver is in a stationary position, and then there's inertia to get it to move. So you got to push it, get it moving, and then you've got to stop it on a dime, pull it back, stop it on a dime, push it forward, and do it very fast and very accurately. And the more current you have, the more you're going to control that movement of that driver. So it's not about playing loudly, which of course you want to play loudly sometimes, is you want that current for accurate movement of that driver so that the sound is effortless, so that it plays with, it plays with command of the speakers and a command of the sound. When this amp plays, it sounds like the amp isn't even trying. It's effortless for this amp, because it probably is, because it's only using a fraction of the current that it could use. And I don't listen at more than 75 decibels. So that's a huge advantage of having high current. Wattage is good. You need high wattage too, because you want to play things loudly. That's what wattage will tell you. How loud will it play? But it doesn't necessarily tell you how well it controls the drivers. So for me, going to this amp, it was worth it. So let me talk about the purchase process on this thing, because this is a very, very expensive amplifier. It's $12,000 US to buy this amp. That's a lot of money. I get it. It's a lot. And I did some research that if you buy it in Japan, it's literally half the price. I think it's like $6,000 or $7,000 US equivalent if you bought it in Japan. Here's the problem. The Japanese, or Luxman, doesn't want the Japanese amps outside of Japan because they want to charge more money and make more money. But I'm guessing the Japanese market, the price of $7,000 is going to sell them more locally, or maybe there's transport fees or other reasons why it's cheaper. I don't know. I think it's protectionism, to be honest, but I don't know for a fact. But half off if it's in Japan is a big difference. Two caveats. One, Japan has a different power grid. They're at 100 volts and we're at 110. So this will not work on the US power grid. You need a step-down transformer to step the US 110 down to 100. So be aware, if you buy a Japanese version, you have to get a step-down transformer. When I bought this from a great audiophile, he included it. The good one's going to cost you about $800, so add that to the price. That's one caveat. The other one is getting it repaired. Luxman does not want the US dealers working on Japanese versions for obvious reasons, right? They don't want the Japanese products, in the US market, or the 100 volt versions. So if this breaks, I may have a tough time getting it repaired. So it's a risk I'm willing to take because the repair record on Luxman is phenomenal. Like, these amps just don't break down. So God forbid something happens, yeah, I'll find someone in America willing to work on it. Keep my fingers crossed. But it was worth it. So in all transparency, I bought this used for $57.50, which is a remarkable price, from an awesome guy. He was very knowledgeable, and he helped me set it up and talk me through it. And by the way, no animals were hurt in the filming of this video. And also any products that I sell from my personal collection, there's no pets and no kids. So there you go. Anyway, I know that I used that joke before. I just like that joke. So there you go. What else can I say about this thing? It's gorgeous. These knobs, oh man. I mean, I know the knobs, who cares about knob feel, but damn, it's so nice. Yeah, I'm very pleased. So anyway, going back in time, is still okay. And old school electronics, like Class AB amps, still have their role to play. So I hope you didn't find this video too useless. Have a great day.